What's up, guys, and welcome back to Race Stop. Today we're going to be replacing these crappy coilovers that kind of snapped on me. We snapped the threads on the highway and I got stranded, so went ahead and bought some BCs there. We're going to go ahead and get these installed on the Miata and hope for quite a better ride. So what happened with my original coilover is I hit a super big bump on the highway and my top hat kind of ejecto-seatoed with the bushings and the nut at the top with the threads. And then the spring was kind of just hitting the strut tower, and thankfully probably saved my life, because if that spring would have went through the top hat hole, then I kind of probably would have lost a wheel or something. Thankfully, some guy on TikTok saw that I needed coilovers, and he offered me his BCs for pretty cheap, and they're pretty much barely used from what I can tell. The threads all move, there's no rust on them or anything, so that's a plus. Hopefully this car will feel a lot nicer, and I can actually daily drive this car again, so that'll be sick. So I went ahead and got the passenger side done, and we're gonna throw in the driver side now. So I didn't show this on the other side, but I'm using my jack handle to kind of stick this in between the control arm, and you can kind of pry it down to where it's a little easier, just like this, and then you can feed the coilover in. Just kind of have to have the handle out of the way like this. So I'm gonna do that quick. And there we have it. Both the front coilovers are now installed, and I'll probably be installing the rears tomorrow, so we can have some daylight. Alright, so it is the next day. We have the fronts on the BCs. I just took it for a spin with the top down. Felt amazing up front. The rear felt not so bad. The coilovers are still pretty good in the rear, but we're gonna go ahead and swap the BCs in the rear now, and then take it for another test drive with all four. It felt pretty stiff up front, so I really enjoyed that. It wasn't too stiff to where the car was just like bouncing a bunch. Like, it actually held up pretty nice, which I expected from these coilovers. So let's get the rears on and finally wrap this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the passenger rear, jack it up, and get that coilover out. We're gonna have to open the trunk and get to the two top nuts there, and then the bottom bolt. Go ahead and get your socket onto this bolt down here with an impact. Should come out pretty easy if you got your impact. If you don't have an impact, then it might be a little tough, because usually these bottom threads get seized in there. Sometimes this bolt can snap. Thankfully this one didn't. Usually if you have a lot of pressure right up front, then it'll be fine. Alright, so comparing the new coilover to the old coilover, kind of got them lined up somewhat, dropped it just a little bit lower, and we're gonna go ahead and chuck this thing in here real quick. Using the jack bar is quite the key here, because you can get this whole thing down without trying to step on it or any other sort of hard way to do this. Just throw it up in here, and it should sit pretty nice. Make sure that goes in the hole, and then there we go. Easily installed. Throw the bolts back in, and we'll hop to the other side. I decided before I go ahead and throw the coilover in, I went ahead and painted all the surfaces. so that way it stays clean in here and I don't have to do a lot of rust repair. So now we can get the coilover in. Come in right back here, get these tight. And onto the next side. All right, so I'm going ahead and getting the driver's side out one finally. There we are. I also went ahead and lowered the passenger side just a little bit there because I had quite a 2-inch gap there. Got this good boy helping me, giving me some moral support. He's a good boy. Back to getting the coilover in. All right, let's squeeze that coilover in there. Thanks for helping, dog. And just like that, we have the next one in.